We're moving on to mistake number 2 of master your interview mini training. Number 2 is not maximizing your interview time. The goal of your interview panel is to get to know you and determine if you're going to be a good fit for that department. They've allotted a specific amount of time to do so, and you need to use this time wisely. Most interviewees end up leaving time on the table by not providing complete answers. Think about it this way. Say you're on a date and you really want to make a good impression, and so every time he or she asks you a question, you nervously and briefly answer, and then you wrap up dinner within 30 minutes, basically leaving he or she to know a little bit of information about you at best, let alone they have any interest in you. So let's say you go on that same date, enjoy dinner, conversation, and follow up with a walk around town. He or she learns that you both love traveling, and at the same time you have a goal to visit the 7 wonders of the world by the time you're 40. With that, you end up landing a second date and possibly a new travel partner. So using your time allowed for in the interview board, they can really get to know you, just as that second date ended up working out. So they want to figure out if you are a good candidate and you are somebody that can help them out in their department for the next 25 years. So how does that answer happen? Well, in our, just briefly put, in one of the elements that we have in our TopScore top 5 is answering the question, including personal history, personal story, department knowledge, and key words. And this is a great opportunity for you to fill that voided space. So Rob Pettinger, current firefighter, used the exact framework to interview with FDNY and land a job there. During his department interview, he made certain that every answer included those 5 vital parts. After that interview, one of the interviewees looked at the others and says, "Does anybody else feel like standing up and clapping?" We at TopScore hear success stories like this all the time. Don't be afraid to use your interview time. Make sure you are providing your interview panel with complete answers. So here's a task for you. Find out how long your time is and approximately how many questions you're going to be asked within that framework. If you're given 30 minutes to interview, your interview should not be done in 10 or 15 minutes. If it is, then you've dropped the ball. They're not going to keep asking questions to get to know you better. So they will just move on to that next candidate. So remember this. To make their job easy, you've got a 5-part framework to make sure that you know exactly what you need to include in a complete answer. But for now, you need to know that it's okay to use all your interview time. In video number 3, I want to talk to you about a third mistake that is losing you points in your interview. That is not answering the last question. You see, most interviews, they'll throw in, "Do you have any questions?" or "Is there anything else you'd like to add?" If you don't answer this question, you are leaving points on the table. How do you answer this last question, and what questions must you absolutely avoid? I want you to join me on part number 3 of Master Your Interview Mini Training to find out.